unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they were looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening!
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today here on Game in Frame. I'm Ariel Duran, and I'll be your host for today's match in the MLS Next Homegrown U19s division between Downtown United Soccer Club and Rochester FC. This is the last game of the season for Downtown United and their senior day, where they get to honor their seniors who will be moving on from the club. And Rochester FC still have one more game to play after this one. Many teams around the league have played their final matches of the season, including Blau-Weiß, who secured first place yesterday with a 5-2 win over contenders Boston Bolts. Downtown United sit in 14th place, and Rochester are in last place, unfortunately for them. After a tough campaign for both teams, they would love to end their season on a positive note. We'll have the first half for you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane.
Welcome back here. Downtown United are about to have a guard of honor for their graduating class. They just had one of their other academy teams playing, and they're forming a line for the older players to walk through now. The families, friends of the team are cheering them on, ready to see them perform for us here. Hopefully they can put on a good performance, have a good result to end their club career with Downtown United here. While there isn't too much to play for here in terms of qualification for playoffs or any sort of silverware here, the players here would like to leave their mark on this club. I'm sure they've set a good example for some of the younger players. Some of them here, role models, peers of the other academy players. And here they come now. Chance for the U19s to soak this all in and get their flowers before the match starts. We'll see after the game if we can maybe get an interview and chat with some of the players, see what this club has meant to them, see what impact this had on their game on the field, but also their lives off the field. As we know, sport transcends borders, barriers. It's not just what we see here on the field. These players are building skills, discipline that they carry with them in all other aspects of their life, not just on the pitch. So some recent match stats before we get started here. Downtown United had a pretty up and down spring. Recently they had a 0-0 draw against Intercontinental, and before that they had 4 straight games where they were only able to score 1 goal. So this is a great opportunity for them to try and put something, put more together in front of goal against this struggling Rochester side. It'll be a chance for these players to, add to their tally, add to their stats for their club career and their season. Rochester, on the other hand, have had recent struggles to find the back of the net until they faced Connecticut United, where they scored 3 goals, but they still had some defensive issues and ended up losing that match 5-3. Yesterday, they had a similar result against New York Soccer Club, where they lost 3-2. So they've had a little bit better form in front of goal, but defensively, definitely things that they want to work on. So maybe some opportunities for Downtown United to exploit here. Out of the last 5 games for Downtown United, they had 3 consecutive losses, but they were all against top 5 teams, so really tough competition. So maybe that's one of the reasons they weren't able to score too many goals, but they were able to at least score 1 in each of those games. And as I said, hoping to put on a good display here for those watching. Stay tuned here. We're going to keep the camera rolling for the Guard of Honor as the players continue to receive the applause of their peers and the families and friends here. And we'll be back with kickoff. All right, welcome back here. We are about to get underway, waiting for the ref's whistle, both teams taking the pitch. All right, looks like both teams are ready here. Hopefully we get some goals, some excitement. And we are underway here. Downtown United start with the ball. Sending it forward right away, trying to put the pressure on Riverside. See if they could deal with that. Pressure man-to-man right away from Downtown United. No foul there. Good claim by Liam Kitt, number 12. Plays it back to Hugo Birdsall-Craycroft. Good pressure there from Riverside to force that mistake from the goalkeeper. He was able to get rid of it, but at the cost of a throw-in. Header bounces into the middle and then off of an arm. Ref calls that for a free kick for Riverside. In a good position for them. Chance to send some numbers forward. Rochester, excuse me. Ball in here. Not totally cleared, but they're able to get to it. That's Mitchell there with the clearance. Ball forward from Broge to the far side for Lucien Huang. Cuts in. The danger comes to nothing as Rochester able to pick the ball up and break forward on the counter here. Sliding tackle, well timed. And the Rochester midfielder able to spin away from danger, play it back to the center back. Good composure there from the Rochester player to not give in under the pressure. Surrounded by two Downtown United players there. Rochester so far looking composed, calm under pressure. Look confident on the ball. That pass a little bit forced, easily headed out. Looked like the ball maybe bounced off the referee, but they play on. Unconventional challenge there. And the ref does call a foul. Let's see in which direction. It looked like 50-50 to me. Looks like he gave the free kick to Rochester. Yeah, and that player involved in the challenge, feeling the force of it, is going to need a second to recover. That player is going to have to come off for a second, give his team the opportunity to take this free kick without him. And looks like they'll make a change to replenish the full squad. Here comes a free kick. Ball played in, right on the edge of the area. Rochester able to claim it. The new sub comes in and wins his team the corner. Again, early pressure here from Rochester. They've had a very interesting season. They've only had one win that came in the very first game against FA Euro. It'll be a big deal for them if they can claim any points here against this Downtown United team. Here comes the corner. Lifted into a great area, headed out. They try to pass it back in. It falls to a teammate there. And good claim by the goalkeeper to reach up high above those oncoming attackers. And now Downtown United have the chance to counter. Hill into Jedi Scott. And there's Hill on the wing again. Hill once again still on that wing. Looked like he was just a little bit too far advanced. And the linesman on this near side spotted it. The ref coming over to inspect something. Not happy with the distance of the Downtown United players. And Rochester plays short anyways. Here comes a chance. But a good sliding tackle cuts that play off. Nice move to fool the defender. And the attacker still went on, but a good sliding challenge there from Liam Kitt. Wins the ball back for his team. Nice play there to pass the ball up towards Ryan Bob, but just a little bit too much on that pass. He's unable to reach it. Good interception there from Gage Mitchell. Up towards Wong, and almost a misunderstanding there, but well collected by the goalkeeper and well done by the center back to play it back to him. Ball intercepted again. Mitchell into Kitt. Chance here for Downtown United to build some possession. So far it's pretty much been all Rochester on the ball. Downtown have had a few chances to counter, but no prolonged possession. Into the middle for Bob, who tries to one-time that into the path of Broge. It doesn't work out. Good pressure on the ball by Hill. Scott able to pick it up. Over to Kitt. Kitt's ball in. Oh, not enough spin on it. It's ahead in the path of Bob. And Huang, who was running in there as well. I'd like to remind you guys to tune in to our Game and Frame live stream later today at 7:30 p.m. We'll have Union County Warriors versus the Bulldogs SC. That's in the UPSL Premier American South Division. Be sure to tune in with us live on Game and Frame. That one-time pass up the line didn't work out. Goes out for a Downtown United throw-in. Nice ball from Birdsall Craycroft out to the wing for Hill. Alexarxi into the middle for Cawley. Back to Hill. Here's Wang trying to get on the end of that. Looked like he did backheel it off of the defender and wins his team a corner. Well done. Looked like that ball was going to go out of play. He did what he could to keep the ball for his team, win a corner. First set piece opportunity for Downtown United to put the ball into a dangerous area and test this Rochester defense. Ball in. It's headed back across, and the header goes just over the bar. Good job to head that ball back across by Alexarxi. But the follow-up header just looping over the bar. Rochester showing some confidence here, trying to play out the back, not just sending it up the field. Trying their best to play out of pressure. This time it doesn't work out. Jedi Scott couldn't come away with it. And Rochester played down the line, good ball there. Runners in the middle, but it gets cut out by Alexarxi. Well read there by the defender. Here come Rochester with another set piece. Ball sent high, with a lot of hang time on it. And Cawley able to head it further out. Rochester unable to keep it in. And it's a downtown throw. Brady Hill on the far side to take this throw in. Ball gets sandwiched in between a couple players and goes back out for another throw for Hill to take again. And we'll do it all over again. This time, the throw-in goes in favor of Rochester. Pressure there from Cawley. Well won. The ball from Roche forward, cut out. Sliding challenge. Just got a toe on the ball, but looks like the trailing leg may have caught the Rochester player. The ref spotted it and gave a free kick. And a yellow card. A little bit harsh on Cawley. The ball was there to be won. Went for the ball. A little bit unlucky to be given the yellow card there. Hasn't been necessarily rough or too physical of a game so far. But it's the first yellow card of the match. Cawley will have to be careful in the middle of the pitch not to give away any other fouls. That ball just over the head of Bob. Kit stayed alive to that play, able to read it, win the ball for his team. Mitchell tried to play it first time. Mitchell does well to keep it in play. Finds Scott in the middle, out wide to Kit with a chance to cross here. Here's Kit, cuts in, Kit with the shot, and it slowly rolls past this near side post. Good opportunity to get a shot off, but no danger there for the goalkeeper. Pressure on the ball there. The defender nearly fell asleep. And that pass might lead to some downtown possession, but the defenders recover. Here it is now with Cawley. Picks up the loose pass. Sliding challenge. Knocks it out of play for a downtown United throw. Push in the back. Call there by the ref. A little bit unnecessary from the Rochester player to give away a free kick there. Had the downtown United player facing the wrong way. Didn't need to give away the foul. And now here's a great opportunity for downtown to whip in a good ball. Ball played in to the back post. Nearly kept in by Alex Arksey, who won the header on the previous corner. Looks like that might be a play downtown United trying to exploit, using their big center back as a target man. Hill with the ball forward towards Scott, and Hill continues his run. Hill continue the run, plays it into Bob, cuts it back, but nobody there. Looks like he had Kit just a few steps behind him towards the top of the box, but that ball played straight across the goal, didn't reach him. It's the first time Bob has had any sort of significant touch in the penalty area. I was just going to comment on the opportunities that Downtown United have had from set pieces. They look dangerous there. They have good height, good aerial presence. But so far, nothing too significant created on the ground for their strikers. Good ball played into the middle for Mitchell. Cawley over the top. Ryan Bob giving chase and forces a throw in. Downtown United having a lot of success on that far side, on their left-hand side in the early stages. Able to put together a few passes and get closer to the Rochester goal. That flicked header goes out of play for a goal kick. Downtown United growing into this game just a little bit, able to get their foot on the ball and have some more sustained possession, some more pressure on the Rochester defense. It was a good start from Rochester to keep the ball in Downtown United half for a good portion, but now Downtown United able to put their footprint on this match. Again, Rochester playing the ball short. Nearly give it away. Danger of their own making here, electing to play it short. It does fall here for Cawley. Played in, calling for a handball. Here's a chance, and it goes wide from Huang. He tried to hit that one as he spun back towards goal and just pulled it wide of the post. Again, Rochester under a lot of pressure deciding to play that ball short and not just send it long. And it gets picked off here by Mitchell, who plays it first time into the middle for Cauley. Plays wide to Scott. Hill once again finding his way forward. Has his attempted cross blocked. Downtown reset back to their center backs. Cauley taking his time, looking around, finding Liam Kitt. Birdsall Craycroft. Back to the goalkeeper, Gentry. Downtown perhaps trying to lure Rochester out of position. Sending it long towards Huang. Here comes Brady Hill down the left side. Hill with the ball into the middle, and the shot goes in there from Cauley. Well done by Hill once again, who's been charging down that left-hand side in the early stages of this match. Good composure to find Cauley. Cauley in a great position. Made sure he was in the right spot at the right time. Saw his left back charging forward, and it paid off. Downtown United lead 1-0. Once again, Hill getting involved. Goal scorer Cauley out wide. Ball played over to Kitt, who controls it, picks his head up. Looked like he maybe wanted to lash that one towards the goal. Decided otherwise. Scott spinning on that wing. Finds Hill, who tries to flick it over the top for Scott, who continued to run forward. Cauley, well done to get out of the pressure there from 3 Rochester players. But the pass unable to stay in play there, and Rochester get the throw. Downtown United looking a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident after getting that goal. Good pressure here on the ball, forcing the goalkeeper to go long. Intercepted by Scott. Tries his best to keep possession, but gets outrun. Does pick it back up. A loose pass from the Rochester defense. And Hill plays it back to Oxarxie. No rush here from Downtown United. Once again, able to pull the Rochester team a little bit wider and create some space for themselves. Good strength there from Roche to hold off the defender. A little bit of a loose touch from Scott allows the Rochester player to pinch in. A foul called in favor of Downtown United. Looked like that maybe could have gone the other way. 50-50 in midfield. Pressure from the Rochester player. Well read there by Birdsall Craycroft. First time ball played towards Bob, who keeps running. Almost got on the end of that, but it spins away towards the goalkeeper. Once again, Rochester playing with fire here, playing it right into a huddle of Downtown United players, almost giving the ball away right on the edge of their own penalty area. Hill not taking any chances, Oxarxie not taking any chances, and passes it back to his goalkeeper. Birdsall Craycroft with a long ball, played towards Scott, who flicks it onto Hill. Scott with the long ball, played forward towards Kit, unable to reach it. Hill intercepts and goes up for the header. Falls to Scott, pushes it on to Huang, who cuts in and wins the corner. Let's see if they try and target DUSC once again towards that back post. It's been the target of their last 2 set pieces. Ball played in quickly. DUSC making that run towards the back post. Falls to Kit. Looked like DUSC left that one for Kit. And he wasn't able to put his target on frame, his shot on frame. Rochester giving the ball away. Chance here for Bob. Bob on his right foot, cuts back to his left with a shot. Nice move to fool the defender, cut it back to his left foot, but the shot lacked the power and the precision that he would have desired. Once again, Rochester not afraid to play that ball short. Try and break through the Downtown United pressure. DUSC reads that well. Clears it forward. Finds a way to Huang, who spins away, gets pulled back. That has to be a yellow card. The ref reaches for his pocket, and it is. Let's get a yellow card for number 5 for Rochester. Looks like Cauley standing over this free kick. Has Hill making the overlap run. Decides to turn around. And DUSC once again taking up his position towards that back post. Broge unmarked just behind him. That ball gets cut out. Chance here for Rochester to counter. We have a 2-on-1 here. Their attackers all alone. Going up against Hill, plays it into the middle. Chance for Rochester. It's cut out there by Birdsall Craycroft. Good job to keep his balance as that ball came back in the opposite direction he was running. Had to adjust his feet and get it away from danger. Well shepherded out there by Cauley. Wins his team the goal kick. Long ball from the goalkeeper, finds its way to Bob. Hill once again going right into that challenge, trying to win the ball back for his team. Today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Downtown United have possession here. They've done a good job so far, not forcing it, trying to keep possession where they can. After those first 5 minutes of Rochester possession, they've done a good job to maintain the bulk of it. Looks like Rochester makes some changes, get some fresh legs on the pitch. And they restart with the goal kick. I'm gonna guess this one's gonna go short once again. Downtown United alert to it, keeping numbers forward. Once again, it's cut out, doesn't even reach the halfway line. Kit under some pressure, able to shield the ball. Tries to pull out a little bit of magic, wins his team the free kick. And now they have a free kick on this near side. First chance to send the ball in from this side. There's Mitchell and Scott standing over this set piece. Looks like Scott will leave it to Mitchell. Sends it in, and it's just intercepted by a Rochester player. Ball played back to Birdsall Craycroft. Got to be careful not to lose it there. The goalkeeper is well advanced. Nowhere near his penalty area, playing in the Neuer role, almost near the halfway line now. I'm not sure if the goalkeeper is thinking about a long-range effort from here. Hill with the throw into Bob. Tries to spin away, and the ref gives him a free kick. Rochester have to be careful here, giving away needless free kicks. Playing right into the pressure from Downtown United. Should be trying to get the ball further away from their goal. Instead, they're inviting that pressure right on. Here's Cawley with the free kick. Ball played in low, and it's cut out by the first man. Mitchell brings it down and plays it back. Ball over the top towards Huang, but no call given there after the defender went crashing into him. Maybe incidental contact. Gage Mitchell reads that instantly, plays it into the middle. A little bit too tall for Huang. Pressure there from Scott to force the error, win his team the throw. Nice move to flick the ball over the top from Bob, but doesn't work out. Fall to his teammate. Nice move from Broge to backheel that. Nearly given away there by Kit, but he recovers it, plays it back to Birdsall Craycroft. Nice ball played by Jedi Scott. Didn't quite work out though. Good invention there to try and spin that around the corner. Here's Kit in the middle, slowing it down. Nearly a dangerous pass there. Kit does well to pounce onto that one and not let it creep over to a Rochester player. Well controlled by Cauley. Up towards Ryan Bob. Finds Kit, who's cut into the center now. Hill over on that wing. Still Hill. Crosses it in low. Wang challenging for the header. Bob over to Mitchell. Clips it up and right into the hands of the goalkeeper. Downtown United maybe could have made more of that opportunity. They had about 4 numbers in the box there. Once again, the short passing out of the back from Rochester. Very risky. Rochester unable to retain possession. Cauley slides in to win it for Scott. Finds Wang out on the wing. Here comes a chance for Downtown United. Ball played just behind Wang there. And that pass goes a little bit too far for the Rochester player. Alexarxi taking the initiative, striding forward. Lots of movement from players off the ball for Downtown United. Kick going into the middle. Mitchell charging up the field. Players swapping positions, trying to find the gaps. Pressure behind Broge, able to keep possession. Hill on the wing combining with Cauley. That ball just a little bit too far ahead of the player on the wing there. That was Scott unable to keep that one in. Rochester trying to play short from these free kicks, these set pieces, trying to have that same possession that they were able to find in the first few minutes of the match. But Downtown have done a lot better, putting pressure on the Rochester players to win the ball back quickly. Shot here. Bounces into a wall of Rochester players. Header up from Alexarxi towards Scott, excuse me. Unable to keep that one for himself. Ball played out wide here for Rochester. Bertzall Craycroft clears. Liam Kitt with a good leap to win that header. Bob unable to keep it in. Rochester able to bring the ball forward here, but that throw goes over the head of everybody. Oh, Bertzall Craycroft, or Mitchell, excuse me, gets away with one there. Maybe lingering a little bit too long on the ball. Hill tries to spin away. Good pressure from the Rochester player to knock it out of play. Hill throws it into Cauley. Spreads the ball out wide here for Mitchell. Birdsall, Craycroft. Through the middle. Coley towards Bob, who's offsides. He was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but the flag went up. That flick around the corner didn't work out there for the Rochester attacker. Kitt and Mitchell combined to win the ball back for Downtown United. Alexarxi forward. Nearly finds Jedi Scott in the middle. And Alexarxi wins his team a free kick. Looks like the Rochester player led with an arm there. About 4 minutes left in this half. Downtown United be happy with the performance so far. They look confident. They look in control of this match. But a 1-0 game. Still close, still a chance for Rochester to equalize, even though they haven't been able to sustain possession. They could probably take confidence from the first few minutes, putting some pressure on the defense of Downtown United. They'll definitely look to get off to a quick start at the start of the second half, but they still have a few minutes to focus on here. Here come Rochester on the attack. Played into the middle, but it's cut out by Birdsall Craycroft. Well read off the chest of Bob. Nice creativity to try and pass that on to his teammate, his striking partner. Oh, and the challenge came in from Birdsall Craycroft. No call from the ref. Looked like Craycroft didn't get any of the ball, but the ref decided to play on. And Cawley slips on it. Broge, excuse me. Alexarxi clears it towards Wang, who's showing off great speed to dribble past the defender, sticking with the ball, trying to fight for it. 4 Downtown United players converging on it. Cawley unable to get there in time, but Kitt steps in to intercept. Good feet by Kitt to get out of trouble there, finding Gage Mitchell. Clips it forward, but a little bit too much power on that pass. Rochester once again not afraid to try and play the ball short, but just ends up finding the head of a Downtown United center back. Alexarxi once again getting in the way. Throw-in played backwards towards the goalkeeper. Birdsall Craycroft with the ball forward, intercepted. With the bounce to see the Rochester player, they're able to pick it back up here. Nice move from the Rochester player trying to get away, but their midfielder slips on the ball. Hill with the spin towards Broge. Mitchell with time and space, tries to pick up the pass. The backheel effort from Scott doesn't work out. Ball played down the wing, and a good step from Alexarxi to get in the way. Good job by the big center back to stick with the ball and not just be content with that first challenge. Ref blows his whistle for a free kick here for Rochester. Under a minute now in this first half. Could this be the last opportunity? Chance for Rochester to make something of this. Again, looking to play it short, not looking to send this ball in. Good move there from the defender, but his pass gets cut out once again. And that'll be that for the first half. It's 1-0 to Downtown United. Rochester had a good start to the game, but Downtown United ended up claiming the ball, having lots of possession later on in the half, and earning their 1-0 lead. Be sure to stick around for halftime. We'll have our Goal of the Month nominees. You can see all of the clips of the candidates and vote on Instagram at Game in Frame. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the second half. Stay tuned for the Goal of the Month at halftime.
As well, finds Ablo, Nido, who's got some space, catch it well! It's a sublime equaliser for the Pan Cyprians. It dipped and it swerved, and it wheeled into the back of the net.
It's a free kick for Tigres. And he tries to put it on target, and he does with a beautiful, nearly masterful acrobatic effort.
Left, Harrison, will he go for the shot or the pass? Stanic, turned, Harrison, faking still, Harrison from a tight angle! Oh, it's just inside the far post! Reshot Harrison, a brace, and a tie game for Ozarks is 2-2. They may have pulled back a draw.
Waring, looking for Spompanato. Strauss Figueroa! What a bolt! Quincy Strauss Figueroa with a rocket!
All United trying to find an equalizer, cutting back. Here he is. All United. Oh, it's an equalizer! It's a solo, individual effort. And look what it means to Harley United. They've equalized.
Strike it. Speaker! Oh, into the top of the net! Bam, Speaker! The goal. Wow.
Future. Dancing, shooting. What a great goal. Set herself up on the dribble and then goes over the gloves of Hamilton. That's her second already.
New York International! What a tackle at the last second. Now Bednarski! What a shot by Bednarski! Dipped in to Billity, who's running at that Lions box now. Cuts inside. What a move by Billity. What a goal. A brilliant little cut inside the box, bought the space, and he took advantage of it. 1-0 Lone Star.
Captain lines up his right foot, unbelievably lashed in. What a goal from the captain. He has put his foot through that magically. A golden moment for Greater Long Beach.
Can't quite retain possession. Here's Adamenge, and he'll send a long through ball. That's an excellent through ball to Koutner. We'll see what he can do. Driving down the right wing, cuts inside, cuts back outside. Is there a finish at the end of it? And that's a fantastic goal by Christoph Koutner. Spun his defender inside and out, and a clinical finish at the end of it.
Drives it in. Commanding header. Comes on the edge. What a hit! Oh, that's absolutely superb. Milton Campos arrows it in.
Straight off the arm. Here's Asivek again. Shooting opportunity for Asivek. Oh, wow. What a beautiful goal that is. And 2 goals in 30 seconds from Negmatov Asivek.
No need to rush the play. And they're up 2 goals at this point in the match. Taking it slow during these set pieces can be very helpful. That's a nice through ball. Let's play back to Doggart. Spampinato out to Doggart. What a goal! Excellent through ball. Spampinato and Doggart connected beautifully there.
Boy, though. Steps back, Miele fires into the back of the net! It's a goal! Miele!
Stanovic off the backside of the head of the retreating fullback. Mamadou Diombera onto his right foot. Mamadou Diombera! That is mesmeric for Mamadou Diombera. He has speared that in with great wonder. Unbelievable work from Diombera. His finish beating Sella.
Now Richie, take them all on. So Richie, oh, Richie! It's a hat trick for the number 17.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
All right, welcome back here. We are about to get kicked off for the start of the second half. Looks like Downtown United have made one change, at least in goal. Calvin Gentry's exited the game and Graham England has entered. Looks like everything else is as is. Shek also has entered, number 27. He'll play up top. Looks like he's replaced Ryan Bob. All right, and we're underway here for the second half. Rochester United looking to get up to a bright start as they did in the first half and create some opportunities. After the first 5 minutes, it was pretty much all Downtown United in the first half. Let's see what Rochester United can conjure up here. Early pressure from the substitute, Shek. They try and play down the wing, but have to turn around back towards their center back. Ball played into the middle, cut out there by Scott. Well read. Finds its way out to the wing for Rochester, though. Cawley tracking all the way back to get to that ball. Alexarxi had to stay alive to it. Hill under pressure. Retains possession. Finds Scott, plays it into the middle for Shek, who goes wide to Liam Kitt. He has runners forward, charging forward for him. Here's Kitt. Still Kitt with the shot. This time, it's on target, but right down the middle at the goalkeeper. Downtown United with possession once again. I have to wonder at halftime if the coach for Rochester has decided to make any changes on those set pieces and goal kicks as they try and find their way up the field. Here comes Scott. Scott still on the edge of the penalty area towards Broge. Here's Cawley. His shot goes wide. Good challenge on the edge of the area right in front of him to put him under a little bit of pressure, maybe influencing that shot. Rochester once again looking to go short at first, but here they go a little bit longer now towards their left wing. And this time it works out for them. They're able to bring it into the Downtown United half, but Alexarxi once again alive to that play. Reads it well and cuts in. Alexarxi still past the halfway line. Looks like he went up fairly, but the ref deemed it a little bit too physical. Not sure what the Downtown United player could do there going for the ball. The Rochester player scanning, looking for a way out. The ref has to go over and have a word with one of the players. Unhappy about something. Just double checking the distance, making sure everyone's following the rules here. And Rochester United goes short. Excuse me, Rochester FC. Shek with some pressure, winning the ball for his team. He has runners in the middle. Gets that ball stuck under his feet. Nothing comes of it. That ball bounced up. Looked like he hit an arm there. They play on. It goes out for a throw in here. Birdsall Craycroft to Alexarxi. Ball played up to the middle there. Finds its way to Huang. Still Huang. Goes down on the challenge, but the ref calls a foul against the Downtown United player there. Looked like he was going to have a clear shot of goal there, but the defender stuck to his task, put the pressure on him, and forced the mistake. Well played out wide by Rochester. The winger tries to get away from Hill, who stepped forward. Downtown got to be careful here, not leaving their positions. Hill at left back had to circle his way all the way back to his position. Well done there by Mitchell to win the ball back. Birdsall Craycroft forward, just over the head of Wang. Rochester trying to string a couple passes together, unable to do so. And here comes Jedi Scott, and his pass just gets skewed off. Maybe caught in two minds, had a runner down the left and a runner to the middle. In the end, picks out neither. A reminder, this is the senior day for Downtown United. So the last chance that these seniors will have to play for their club, so they'll want to leave their mark, make a good impression, and just have fun as well. Enjoy these last few moments that they have to play with their teammates. Here's Scott on the edge of the area for Mitchell. Wide to Kit into the middle, and it's intercepted. Still not clear. A half-hearted bicycle kick attempt there. Doesn't quite have any conviction on that shot. Well done by Kit to get his foot to the ball. And the ref deems it a free kick for Rochester. I'm not sure what Kit did wrong there. Good pressure there, forcing the mistake. Cauley, his pass is intercepted. Ball played up the wing for the Rochester player to chase down, facing uphill. Played into the middle, just in front of his teammate, who tries to keep running onto that ball. But they play it forward here for Sheikh Torre. Has lots of space. Here's Sheikh Torre. Has runners. Sheikh Torre with a shot. And it's just wide of that post. He's definitely had an impact since coming on to the field in his second half. Showing good pace, good initiative. He had some options there, but definitely understand him taking the shot there. He had the defender one-on-one and had a good angle for that left-footed shot. Rochester going medium this time. Not long, not short. Right into the middle of the field. But he gets pinched again here by Kit. Here's Sheikh Torre again. Birdsall Craycroft to Alexarxi. And his pass, a little bit short there. And that early pass played by the Rochester player gets cut out. Alexarxi able to atone for his mistake. They give away possession there. That looked like a chance for Rochester to take a couple touches and go forward on the attack with some numbers. That early ball didn't quite reach his target. Again, it's still 1-0 here. Aiden Cauley making the difference with an early goal assisted by Brady Hill, who was very good down the wing early in this match. But the points maybe still in reach here for Rochester. Ball played early down the wing for Rochester here. Another chance for them to run at this back line. Good job there by Jedi Scott to stick to his man. He gets surrounded, almost finds his way out of it. Looked like that may have hit a hand by Broge. He gets kicked out of play anyways. Good pressure once again from downtown. Almost intercepted by Kit. He does get a touch on it, deflects it for Mitchell, who does a nice turn there to keep the pressure on the Rochester defense. Ball played forward to Shektori, unable to reach him. And Mitchell once again, nice ball into the middle there for Broge. Excuse me, for Cauley. Whistle there, and a free kick goes to Downtown United. They play it backwards towards Birdsall Craycroft. Good pressure there from Rochester to win that ball after the loose touch. Good job by Birdsall Craycroft to step in and stop the danger. Good job by Birdsall Craycroft once again to shield that ball away from the attacker. And the goalkeeper's able to pick it up. As I mentioned before, in the recent form of Downtown United, they've had some pretty low scoring matches. They've only been able to score 1 goal in each of their last 4. And then most recently they had a 0-0 draw against Intercontinental. Right now they lead 1-0. Let's see if they can forge any new opportunities and score some more goals. Lots of family and friends out here today to support them on their senior day, hoping to see some more excitement and a win for their team. Ball played wide by Rochester, gets cut out there. Good job by Mitchell to read it and step in. Good ball played into the middle there, had to be stopped in its tracks by Oxarxi. It was hit at a very awkward height. Looked like that may have even been challenging the goalkeeper had it been let through. Cauley tries to stop on the ball, gets his pocket picked. Here come Rochester with a chance now. That pass puts the attacker a little bit wider maybe than he wanted to, but here come Rochester still. Chance now with a shot. Good adjustment to take that shot on first time, but hit a little bit too hard, a little bit too high. First real opportunity for Rochester in the second half. Oh, and that pass unable to be picked up. Here comes Lucien Huang. Still Huang. Tries to get around that defender, but he does well to recover and get in between Huang and the ball. Once again, Rochester playing with fire. Haven't learned their lesson. Lucky that it hasn't led to more opportunities for Downtown United. Let's see if they can make them pay here. Shektori on the edge of the area. A little bit of a loose touch, but he tracks back, tries to win the ball back for his team. Good composure there from the Rochester player to find his teammate. The ball flicked forward, and Cauley reads it. Unlucky there. They try to play it early. That ball goes out of play. To throw in here for Hill to take. Bertzall Craycroft under some pressure, plays it into the middle. Doesn't fall to a teammate. Rochester able to pick it up. Nice lifted ball out to the wing here. The challenge comes in, and it's a free kick. Good opportunity here. Good position. Looks like the ref also wanted to take out a card here. Not sure if he actually showed that. Sorry, that's just a bright yellow whistle. Good opportunity here for Rochester to whip this ball in. Be very surprised if they decide to go short here. Let's see who they try and pick out, or if they just try and put it into a dangerous area. Here comes a free kick, right into that area. Right where they wanted it to be, but it leads to nothing. Bounced off a few players, ends up going out for a goal kick. Looked like half of the Downtown United players stood still there. The Rochester players went forward, but unable to make them pay. Now they get long from this. They go long from this goal kick. Downtown United haven't been taking any chances from their goal kick opportunities. He sent that one right up into the mixer, into the middle of the field. Hill with a touch forward. Has a defender marking him. Let's see what Hill has here. Tries to get past, finds Jedi Scott. Doesn't take the ball with him. And Rochester try and play out, but Scott wins it back. Good industry there. Here comes Hill. Hill with the ball into the middle. And it gets cut out there. Well read by the Rochester defender. And a good ball down the line here. Chance for Rochester to launch forward. Good ball played with the outside of the foot. And the goalkeeper, Graham England, reads it well out early. That was a good bit of play there from Rochester. Lifting the ball out to the wing, then lifting it over the top. But the goalkeeper read it early and intercepted. Ball played forward for Shektori to chase onto. He keeps running. Unable to keep it in though. Reminder to tune in with us later today at 7:30 p.m. We have Union County Warriors versus Bulldogs SC in the UPSL Premier American South Division. Be sure to tune in with us live on Game and Frame. Ball played over the top for Rochester here. Alxarxi giving chase and shields it well. Good pass by the goalkeeper to find Hill. Looked like he tried to first time pass that up towards Hwang, but ended up going to a Rochester player. And Kitt's pass goes wide. Cawley intercepts and finds Bertzall Craycroft, but it goes back to Rochester here. They play it out wide. And the ball comes into the area, and Mitchell has to get a foot in. It'll be a corner here for Rochester. It was on the left side in the first half that Downtown United were having some success. and it's now on the right side of the Rochester attack that seems like they're able to exploit a little bit of that space left behind. They have a corner now on the opposite side. Here comes the ball into a good area. The goalkeeper punches right to the edge of the box, but the shot with the inside of the foot just goes wide. No trouble there for the goalkeeper. Looks like there'll be a couple changes now for Downtown United. 2 players being exchanged here. Looks like number 9, Sam Bienvenu. Here he is, the sub, straight into the action, controlling it down off the chest, but unable to keep it. Also, Jacob Sorit entering the game, number 14 there. Looks like Sorit has come in for Broge. And Bienvenu has come in for Huang. Bienvenu and Torre give chase. There's Sorit. The subs combining. Torre back to Sorit, but ball goes out of play. It'll be a Downtown United throw. Throw in here, deep into the Rochester half. Well read there by the defender, who continues his run and plays it down the line, but Birdsall Craycroft does very well to read that pass. He saw the runner going forward and stepped in between them, cut that one out. Looks like that ball maybe bounced off of a hand. It'll be a free kick for Rochester. They have a player unmarked on the far side here, opposite the free kick. That ball goes right into the penalty area, goes all the way in. After a touch from a Rochester player, the goalkeeper is able to pick up. Got to be careful not to wander out of his penalty area. Got pretty close to the line there. The goalkeeper punts it long. And Mitchell wisely lets that one go. Reminder, today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Also a reminder, be sure to check out the Goal of the Month candidates on our Instagram at Game in Frame, and you can vote by commenting on your favorite. We had the clips at halftime. You can rewind or go over to our Instagram and check those goals out. We have some really good goals for you to check out. Let's see if we can get some goals here to add to our May goals of the month. Good play there by the Rochester player to get out of trouble. Not clear yet. Plays it into the middle, got in a tangle with the referee, and here comes Kit with the shot, who slipped as he took it. His right-footed shot bounced off of his left foot as he slid to the ground, and the goalkeeper is able to come out and collect it. Once again, Rochester playing short. Good pressure there. Bienvenu in an onside position. Bienvenu here with a chance. And his shot looked like it got deflected. Yeah, it goes out for a corner. So close to a second goal there for Downtown United. A good challenge there by the defender, step in the way and force a corner. It'll be Sheikh Torre to take this one. Here comes the in-swinger with the left foot. It's looping to the back post towards Orgzarksi, off the crossbar. So close. Orgzarksi once again getting picked out from a set piece. Here comes Sorit with the chance to center that ball in. And Kit once again plays it across. Bienvenu brings it down. And the goalkeeper gets in the way, but it's offsides anyways. Back-to-back opportunities for Downtown United. About 20 minutes left here. Some good opportunities for them to score again. But some good collective defending there from Rochester to stop those attacks. Once again, Rochester can't retain possession, giving it straight back to Downtown United. Good job there to cycle it back to the defender, but Downtown United keep up the pressure. Ball played at the line for Rochester to give chase, face to face with Bertsall Craycroft, who does his job and wins his team the throw. Throw in played quickly to Cawley. Under some pressure, doesn't get the call. Rochester come with the ball now down this wing. Ball played into the middle. Here's a chance now. But it's just under the player's feet. Sorit does well to push that header forward towards Bienvenu. Outside foot pass towards Sheikh Torre with a great ball. It bounces around. He wasn't able to control it. Great ball played there around the corner from Bienvenu. Sheikh Torre unable to control it and then get a shot away. They play the ball out early there to the wing. Good pressure there from Jedi Scott to stop that attack from going any further. Still 1-0 here. Rochester are not out of this game. Ball spins away past Sorit. Here he is now again on the ball. Jedi Scott first time towards Bienvenu. Tries to play it around the corner for Sheikh Torre. But it doesn't reach his teammate. Controlled there by Scott, who keeps the ball moving forward. Finds Bienvenu in the wing. And the flag goes up. Looked like he had just taken a few steps too early. Was in an offside position. Wonder if the ref's going to ask those Downtown United players to create some more space from that free kick. Definitely not 10 yards away. And looks like a card will come out here for Bienvenu. Not for Bienvenu, for the Rochester player. Potentially for time wasting, I guess that yellow card came out. Looked like Bienvenu was definitely within 10 yards of the free kick and still very close to the ball there. Here comes the ball over the top. Rochester almost able to get it, but Bertsall Craycroft and DUSC once again combining well to clear the danger. And Shektoreh doing his defensive duties. Finds a pass here out wide to Jedi Scott. Well done. Scott picking his head up. Has a couple options. Cuts it back for Bienvenu. Has Scott here still. Bienvenu on the right foot. Bienvenu with the shot. Gets blocked right in front of him. Liam Kitt with the flick over the top. Still trying to retain possession. Surrounded by some Rochester player and gives away possession. About 15 minutes left here. Let's see if either of these teams can cook something up. Rochester still within touching distance here at 1-0. They haven't forged too many opportunities, but all they need is one. Good interception there from Jedi Scott. Has done well there. Here's Bienvenu. Bienvenu with a chance. Tries to cut it back to the left foot. He had options to pass, decided to go alone. Ends up coming back here for Sorit, who finds Cauley. Cauley out wide towards Kitt, who's able to keep it in. And it deflects out for a corner. We know where this one's going. DUSC marching up there. Everyone piling right on top of the goalkeeper. Looks like a set piece design play here. The players step out. Ball goes to the back post for Jedi Scott, who's unable to make significant contact with the ball there. He goes wide of the post. Rochester playing straight to the middle there, out of the pressure. Ball played down the wing there. Rochester looking for runners. DUSC steps in. Nearly spins away too, but wins his team the throw in. Looks like the ref needs to stop play for perhaps medical attention. Looks like there was some contact with the head there for number 10 for Rochester. Just going to get the player checked out, make sure everything's okay. Rochester replaced the injured player. DUSC restarts play with his goalkeeper, England. Bertel Craycrawl for the ball forward. Nearly finding Shektoreh. Cauley has to leave that one. And Kitt steps in and spins away. Finds Jedi Scott, who lifts the ball forward towards Shektoreh. He'll get on the end of this one. Here's Shektoreh, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Shektoreh cutting back, looking for help, finds Kitt. Here's Kitt, pulling it onto his left foot. Lifts it up. And Shek will get on the end of this one. Under some pressure and gets the ball taken away. The Rochester player trying to dribble his way out of danger there. Only gets as far as Mitchell, who takes him down for a free kick. Once again, the free kick goes short. But Rochester win the throw. Free kick given here. With 10 minutes left, Downtown United won't want to let all their hard work go to waste, give away any silly opportunities for Rochester. They've deserved their lead and deserved probably a couple more goals, but you got to finish the opportunities you're presented. Ball played forward towards Sorit. Rochester win it back. And Mitchell steps in, reads that well. Birdsall, Craycroft. Here's Mitchell now, back towards Birdsall, Craycroft. Alxarxi forward to Jedi Scott. Playing, looks like he's re-entered the game. Ball forward by Cauley. Finding Kit. Here's Jacob Sorit. There's Check Torre. Has Bienvenu at the back post. Bienvenu going in. Can he keep it in? And it just goes back to the goalkeeper. Jacob Sorit continued his run. Was going towards that back post, but the pass across the goal only found the goalkeeper. Rochester try and break through the pressure. Good ball played down the wing. Playing in a defensive position. Faced up with the attacker. Blocks the cross. It'll be a corner for Rochester. Could this be the opportunity that Rochester have been waiting for? There have been a few opportunities from these set pieces where the ball has bounced around or made contact with a few players before being cleared or going out of play. Downtown United will not want to make any mistakes here. Here comes the corner. Over the head of everybody. Will they keep it in play? Yes. They try and keep it in play, try and get around the defender. But Kit comes away with it. Who goes forward towards Shektorre, but doesn't reach him. Birdsall Craycroft, once again calm under pressure. Looking for a teammate, but it gets intercepted. Kit fighting for it. Gives away the free kick. Another set piece opportunity here for Rochester. Chance for them to set themselves, get players in the right position, put the ball where they want it. We have a breeze coming through. They won't want to hang that ball up there and have it get misdirected. Bienvenu checking back, and the ball is low. Doesn't reach anybody but Kit. Shektorre trying to set it back for a teammate. But Birdsall Craycroft reads it. Rochester sent it back forward, but Mitchell reads it. Here comes the ball played forward, and the Rochester attacker was in an offsides position. Looks like Kit will come out of the game. And he'll be replaced here by number 34, Thomas Winter. Once again, another player down, needing attention here. Wonder if we'll have any stoppage time added. We have about 5 minutes left out of the 90. These players won't want to lose concentration with this stoppage here in the late stages. The next goal, if there is one, will make a huge difference here. Once again, it's a senior day for Downtown United, so these players taking in this moment and trying to just enjoy the last little bit of game time that they have together with their teammates. Looks like the Rochester player won't be able to continue. He's being escorted off the pitch. It's been a good team display from Downtown United, especially defensively. They've had some good moments in attack. Just the one goal to their name so far, but lots of opportunities for them to add to that. Let's see if they can add one more in the late stages. Cauley plays it out wide. Shektori is now in a little bit of a deeper position, looks like, with the entrance of Thomas Winter, number 34. And here he is now, the substitute. Plays it out wide, good ball there to Jacob Sorit. Sorit trying to show off some skill, plays it back to Shektori in that deeper position now. Here's Jedi Scott. Good ball over the top there to, looks like Mitchell, who advanced but was in an offsides position. That ball nearly picked off by Shektori. Mitchell sliding challenge, doesn't get there, and the ball went out of play. Bertzall Craycroft back to Alexarxi. And playing here on the wing. Plays it forward towards Sorit, unable to bring that one in. It's a good pick out, good vision to see his man checking in. Ball over the top. Rochester unable to control it. Shektori able to turn here, pick his head up, show some speed, show some dribbling, finds Jedi Scott in space. He has runners on the far side if he could cross in or go alone. A little bit of a heavy touch there. Scott towards the middle. And the goalkeeper combines with his defender to pick that one up. Here come Rochester again. They have a runner coming down the wing here. Ball goes out for a throw-in. Just about 1 minute left here in the 90. We had a few stoppages for some injuries. We'll see if the referee decides to add any stoppage time on to the end of this one. This might just be some of the last opportunities for either team to leave their mark. At this point, Brooklyn United might be happy to just see this one out. But here's Bienvenu on the attack. Cutting inside, Bienvenu has options. Shektori. Jedi Scott. Wide to Jacob Sorit. Charging forward, Sorit. Cuts inside, Sorit still. Sorit into the middle. It's cut back. And here's Mitchell with a shot. And a goal for Mitchell. Great team goal for Downtown United. What a great job putting an exclamation point, little celebration there. Well deserved. It's party time for Downtown United. Great team goal there. Good work down this left side for them. Combination of players cutting it back. Looked like that ball was almost cleared by Rochester, but it found its way to Mitchell, who picked out a corner and did well to find a finish. It's 2-0 to Downtown United, and surely that'll be all for us here. Let's see how much time the referee gives us to end this match. Looks like that'll be that after the restart. The referee giving the signal. Maybe a chance for a shot on target, but that's all she wrote. Finishes here 2-0 for Downtown United. These seniors able to come away with the victory over Rochester. It was a great display from them. Good team effort all around, defensively and in the attack, and they were finally able to add a second goal to their tally right at the end of the game. Be sure to stick with us here. We're going to try and get an interview with one of the Downtown United players. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
All right, I'm here with Aiden Cawley, Ethan Kaminer, Jedi Scott, and Graham England. These guys put on a great performance today for their team, and sadly for them, it's their final day performing for Downtown United Soccer Club. What has it meant to you? I'll start with you, Aiden. What has it meant for you playing for this club, and how does it feel, playing your last game?
It's definitely bittersweet. Been at this club a long time, so it was good. It was nice to get a win with the boys for the last one.
Sure, and you scored a goal. You scored the opening goal. So
no, it was other white guy.
Sorry about that. Well, anyways, you had a good performance throughout the game, and on offense and on defense. So you had a really big impact. I'll pass it over here to Jedi Scott. You also helped out, especially in the second half, on that last goal. How did it feel helping your team out today?
It felt great. This club's done a great deal for me coming in the summer, and I really appreciate everything they've done for me, and I'm glad to get a win on the last game.
Nice. And I just want to ask, I'll pass it over to you, Graham. What has the club meant to you, outside of the pitch, off the field, what we don't see on the camera and what we don't see on the field? What has it meant to you to, be a part of this team?
Coming in this year is my first year on this team, and I immediately bonded with all the players here, and I've loved spending every practice and every game with all of them, and I'm gonna miss them.
Nice, awesome. So sweet. So you guys already have your colleges picked out. Real quick, you guys want to just give a shout out to where you're headed to next?
Going to BC next year.
Awesome.
Northwestern University.
Pomona Pitzer, soccer.
Boulder, go Buffs.
Nice. Well, good luck, guys, on your next steps. You did a great job today, and congrats on the performance.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, well, there you have it. It was a great performance from the Downtown United boys, and a great way to finish their club careers here. Thanks for tuning in with us, and be sure to tune in on the next live stream on Game and Frame.